What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new Lamecast. I'm your host, Aaron, with my co-host,
I'm Desiree.
with my co-host,
Anthony.
with my co-host.
Only person left is Boo.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Oh,
my
shit.
my co-host, Bill.
Yeah.
And today, we like cartoons, right? We like cartoons.
Yeah,
I still watch
absolutely.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you watch is Japanese cartoons.
Yep.
It's anime.
It's anime.
It's anime.
It's Amerime. Anyway,
Amerime.
Amerime. I watch
Really
a lot
cool,
of
Cap.
Amerime.
It's Afghanistan
Yeah.
animation.
But, yeah, so we like cartoons.
Yeah.
But we like cartoons with an edge.
Yeah.
Because Hey Arnold has all the edge to it.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, that cartoon did have all the edge. There was so many deformed kids in
Then
that
again,
one.
I'll be honest with you,
Stoop
man.
Kid.
Yeah, Stoop Kid, dude. That shit
Yeah.
broke my heart when he was
that?
when he was reading their little train that could, and then he got off his stoop.
Dude,
Yeah.
Stoop
Helga
Kid left his
fucking
stoop.
had
Yeah.
used gum made into Arnold. We're just gonna disregard that.
No,
No.
we're not. I mean,
No,
that's kind of
absolutely
creepy.
not.
It's crazy.
That is like
crazy love fetish.
Well,
there.
Helga was obsessed with Arnold.
Yes,
she,
yes, she was.
She would track down his used gum
Mm-hmm.
and then make him out of it.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Yeah.
I'm just now thinking about that. Like we thought that was okay.
That was okay. I mean,
No.
think of cow and chicken. They were literally eating ass
Yeah.
off a grill.
It's their fault. It's their fault that everyone's like, yo, baby, I eat ass.
Dude, you don't, you
It's
don't
their
understand.
fault.
It's a fucking sweet treat.
God, don't start with
You
this.
just
Don't
spread the
stop.
cheeks and then that's
What-
it.
Dude, last time you did that, I said never do that again. So now it's on the record. Don't ever do that again.
Which part? The
The whole,
spreading
you know
or
what?
the
Just leave it all out. Yeah,
That.
that. Just all that. You did it again.
All of it.
Get her on all fours. It's a treat for you and her.
All right.
Anyway, so what are we talking about? Oh yeah.
Will it spike if I smack my face into the table?
Yes, it will.
Yeah,
It will
yeah.
spike, and then Aaron will have to edit it out.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe. I mean, not on my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to talk
What,
about
are you
this.
paying me? You guys getting paid?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I'm getting paid. What are you talking about? All the Sprite sponsorships?
Yeah.
I can't even drink Sprite anymore.
Sprite cranberry.
You send you pallets of it. It's just stacking.
Just stacking. Yeah, no. So we're going to talk about those things that everyone's heard of. You know, all them fucking conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Based on cartoons. So we're gonna have our info master here, Boocifer.
Lucifer.
Yeah, Boocifer.
Nice.
Talk
like that.
to us. So what's the first one we're gonna be discussing?
I don't know if I want to start with the most common one. This is the one everyone knows.
The
The
Rugrats?
Rugrats. There you
Yeah.
go.
Angelica.
I ain't even got to say
It's all
nothing.
Angelica's dream.
Yeah.
Well, this is all says
Whatever.
she's the only one who could talk to the babies because they're a figment of her imagination, and then it has it
Yeah.
broken down
Because
into
they're
what
all
each one
dead.
is.
Like Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy was a stillborn or something.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the explanation we have here. So she is spoiled, sad, and lonely because her mother is constantly working and has no time for her. So how did it come about that Angelica would have to imagine these babies? Tommy died soon after childbirth, a fact reflected by Stu never leaving the basement, inventing toys that his son will never play with.
Lovely.
Yeah.
This one, I heard a different version of this for Chucky.
Well, Chucky's mom died.
Yeah.
Well, this one says she died in a car crash, or Chucky died in a car crash along with his mom, also reflected in the actions of his father. The crash made him a pathetic, nervous wreck most of the time. Now, the one I heard originally was that Chucky and the mom died during childbirth.
Which I guess is interchangeable at that point, though.
Yeah,
they
I
both
feel
still
like-
died.
Well, I think the only reason why that lens sort of true is because Chucky could sort of half talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's the
Yeah.
only one of those babies that could sort of half talk to everybody. He had his first word, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's why in this version he was actually alive for a segment.
That would explain his age being older than all of them, too.
Yeah.
Because he was besides Angelica, he was
Yeah.
the oldest one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by
So
a
I guess
minute.
that one does make a little more sense. Otherwise, it would be like Dill.
And Phil and
Yeah.
Will was what aborted, right?
I
She
She
don't
was just one
remember.
baby. However, this baby was a stillborn, and Angelica never knew the sex of the stillborn, so she invented twins of different genders.
no,
So Phil and
Makes
Will were the
sense.
best characters in that whole show.
Yeah, they were the best.
were they?
Oh,
I
dude,
love them.
I like Chucky. Don't get me wrong, but they were like Phil was just hilarious.
Yeah, Phil was pretty funny.
I like the granddad.
Oh, the granddad's
Oh my
the best.
God.
Yeah.
I think the
Two
granddad.
miles.
Sex /9. You can't
Doesn't
watch
matter.
my tape.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it when you're older. Sex sluts 9.
Oh my god. Man was watching hentai.
Oh, he was though. He actually was watching hentai in that
He
show.
was.
Okay, so break down. And it's like all like she's talking to a psychiatrist about all of it or something as part of it.
Just says that it's all in her head.
Yeah,
Which,
heard,
you know.
I heard a version like Angelica was her psychiatrist.
You mean Cynthia?
I mean, Cynthia,
Her
yeah.
doll?
Yeah, Cynthia was
Yeah.
her
I
psychiatrist.
could see that because she always dresses her up in like suits and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's the version I heard, and like the show is just based off the ramblings of the schizophrenic Angelica, who's envisioning all this because of trauma. or
Angelica was
whatever.
kind of a bitch.
Now, here's the
Kind
thing.
of.
Nah,
Dude, she was fucking pure evil
Yeah.
incarnate.
nah.
How do you explain Dill and what? Like all these parents are getting together. Was this like a fucking like I don't know, like a therapy group of like people who lost their kids,
It
Could be.
like a trauma
Like
center.
AA.
like an AA? What would you call that? Baby death BDA, baby death anonymous.
I don't know.
No,
I know they have
like
support.
a health group or whatever.
Yeah,
like
I know
just
they
a
have-
group of people getting together and talking about shit that happened to them.
Yeah.
Who's part of Anonymous?
Now, why is
Yeah.
this one the most common one?
I don't know. That's just the one that everyone knows.
Like, it's the
Everyone
most
knows that one.
common one, but
Yeah.
like
Maybe because like Rugrats was so big.
Rugrats is so big too. But you would think like a SpongeBob one would be the most common one because
Rugrats, how long did that run for?
it's like 4 years.
Wow.
I think
Nah.
it was more than that.
It was like
No.
4 years in its
Was it?
original run, and then they brought
They
it.
also
up.
had movies.
They had
and
movies and
shit
stuff.
Like that.
They had
The
movies.
And they
spin-offs.
had spin-offs all grown
Yeah,
up.
all
Yeah.
grown up. I think maybe just because it
Nah,
lasted
that was
so
true.
long.
Don't even bring that. It was trash.
All grown up wasn't
Bless
bad.
you.
Thank you.
Bless you. It wasn't bad.
I watched it.
It wasn't the same
The
thing.
whole purpose of Rugrats
God bless
was to
you.
fucking
Thank you.
shut up. I'm trying to talk.
Yeah.
God damn. I think the whole thing with Rugrats was the whole imagination thing. And like at that point when it's a high school kid, it's just like, okay, this kid's either on drugs or schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Well, that might build into the theory, though, right? Kid's schizophrenic. Everyone's schizophrenic. It's a cartoon, so obviously everyone's
But
schizophrenic.
none of them would exist. And all grown up, they would still just be figments of her imagination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we got to sit down and watch that show and find out if anyone other than Angelica addresses those children directly and talks to them. If there's a point where like Tommy's like, "Yo, I know the answer to 7." No, for
Yeah.
real, I know the answer to this, and they were just like, literally anybody else.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely happens. I mean, there's plot lines where Tommy's on dates and stuff. So unless she's just dreaming up imaginary sex partners, because you assume that Tommy Pickles is railing out this chick
Dude,
with this
that-
pickle.
yeah. Tommy Pickles probably
Please
pulled bitches.
stop.
With a name like that, he's got a perfect porn name, Tommy Pickles.
Nah.
I
Imagine
don't- No.
Tommy
I wouldn't
Pickles
watch if
and
I...
and Slut Slaves 10.
Yeah.
His grandfather's checking it out.
Nah.
Yeah,
And his-
it's
or
full
his-
circle.
or did
Is
it
he
in his-
dead in the All Grown Up? The grandfather?
My man was pretty old in the originals.
Yeah, was
Yeah,
he
I
dead?
don't remember.
I don't remember him being around. I don't think they ever really showed him or said what happened to
All
him.
grown up with you. That was the theme song,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Was it?
I think
Yeah,
so.
It was. I remember it.
The
What-
fuck, man.
You know what? I, you know what I read recently too? It was like something about like how Recess was actually like a prison,
Oh yeah.
like a prison
I could see
movie,
that.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
and like
Well, it was
That little fucking
Recess was.
yeah,
that
yeah,
muted everything.
yeah.
Recess was 100% based off of the movie The Great Escape.
There you go. Yeah,
Like 100%.
nah,
Like characters looked like characters from that.
Yeah.
That had similar themes.
Yeah.
nah,
That was a Holocaust movie.
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, with
yeah. Because what's her name's supposed to be the warden.
yeah.
I
And
can't
then you
remember. I
had- you
can't
had
remember.
Snitch rat motherfuck
Yeah,
with his notepad.
with his little notepad.
You know, Snitch rat motherfucker.
Dude,
What was
he's
his
like,
name?
he's like the
Yeah.
shit. The way they
Snitch
drew
rat,
him, you
fucking
just
piece
like,
of shit.
there's someone like
Yeah, all
just
hunched
thinking
over.
about what he looks like. I'm just like, I feel like I have a face. I just can't put a name to it. I'm like, it looks like this asshole.
They
and I
were-
feel like this
Yeah.
person's
They
an
were in
asshole.
Rick and Morty too. Snitch rat motherfucker was in an episode of Rick and Morty.
Randall.
Randall, there you
Randall.
go. Was he?
Yeah, just the character
God,
model.
such an
He
awful
gets
name.
killed. It's in the 4th season actually. It's in the current season. It's like one of the first episodes.
Miss Finster.
He kills him. Morty kills him in the first episode because he's trying to get with Jessica. Remember that whole he could see his death thing.
Oh yeah.
He kills Randall Snitch rat motherfucker.
Yo, that's who he looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, he kills him. Yeah,
God damn.
yeah. That's just a little thing. I mean, that's not part of the
That's
theory.
right. Maybe Rick and Morty's in the
I
recess.
see
It's
Recess
in the
being-
recess universe.
I see
Dude,
Recess
Rick and
being more of
Morty
a
is in
prison.
every
Yeah.
universe. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter, dude. He could show up in fucking Cow and Chicken, just be like, "Yep, no, we're out of here."
that makes sense.
I want to see a crossover with Rick and Morty and Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
That
makes-
so dope.
It makes
my
perfect
God.
sense.
that would make perfect
It makes
sense.
perfect sense, but the art
Yeah.
style and just the gross out humor, that's like It's like the best parts of Ren and Stimpy with like more adult humor.
Dude.
Well, with Ren and Stimpy had a lot of adult humor. I can't even say that.
Yeah.
Dude.
I guess it's more targeted for adults.
Well, I'm saying
That show was
they had
100%
that.
for adults.
Yeah, because they had that 18 or older fucking version later,
Oh,
like
yeah.
years later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
Basically, it's just the gross out
here.
humor for Ren and Stimpy.
I'll never forget
with
when
Yeah.
the guy was trying to
witty
sell.
dialogue.
What was it? He was like, he was the door-to-door rubber nipple salesman. Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, you need any rubber nipples?" And this guy, like a horse, giant horse, like with
Yeah.
rubber nipples all over him, like on his head, hands, on his boobs. He's just like, "No, I got no use for rubber nipples." And then he just like looks at him like real menacing. He's like, "You got any walrus covers?" And like pulls up a walrus. And I'm not kidding you. The walrus looks at him and like real quietly is like, "Call the police." And then they just close the door. And you're just like, "Ha ha ha! That's so funny. I'm 9."
Yeah, they don't get it. Yeah.
Like, no, dude, I saw that video later, I was like, the fuck was I watching?
Dude, the Happy Joy song is
Yes.
terrifying
Oh,
God.
when you
Yeah.
rewatch it. It's like terrifying, dude. That dude's like a slave to
Yeah.
like false emotion and
It really
propaganda.
is.
It's wild. That show was so good.
That
Yeah.
show was amazing. You go back, there's so many like adult humor shit that we just
I
didn't,
mean-
just didn't get as a kid.
I remember when
We
he
got
farted
that it
and
was
came to life.
uncomfortable,
Yeah,
but we didn't get like why it was uncomfortable
Yep.
until later.
yeah.
Remember when he farted and it came alive? It was stinky.
Yeah.
And like he found him like years later. He's like, I got a family now.
Yeah.
Go out of here, Dad.
Yeah. But so anyway, back to I guess Rugrats, since that's the original whatever. I don't know if I buy the theory. Maybe it's just because it's so popular.
No.
That's just that's like the most known one. There's a
Yeah.
couple other ones on this list. Like this one's a good one just because I love Scooby-Doo.
I love
Me
Scooby Doo
too.
too.
I
Yeah.
love
Yes.
Scooby-Doo.
I love like a bunch of them too, like What's New Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
I even
I've
like the
had all
pup
the
named
movies.
Scooby
Dude,
Doo.
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island was that shit.
Yeah.
You know
That's
they
on,
made
that's
a
on
second
Netflix
one?
now.
Ah,
Is it?
Scooby-Doo and the Witch's
Yeah.
I gotta
Ghost.
watch it.
You know,
Yeah, I
they,
just
you know
watched
they made
it.
a second
Watch
one,
it.
Zombie Island?
and it's awful.
Don't
It's
want to
awful.
see it.
It's awful.
It is awful.
You want to know why it's not from my childhood? Don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it made
But
after
yeah,
I turned
the original
20?
one's
Eat
on
shit.
the original one's on Netflix now. I
Yeah.
watched it
The
other
live
week.
action or
Well, no, I'm talking about the Zombie Island.
dude, Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
and Zombie Island was such
They
a
have
good
all the
movie.
original Scooby Doo movies.
Yeah.
That and Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, the two best
Yeah.
ones.
I just love Scooby-Doo.
I like the one with the,
Scooby-Doo
the,
is so
the cyber
enjoyable.
guy too.
What was
yeah.
that? What was that one
The
called?
cyber attack or something.
Cyber
Yeah.
Ghost?
Dude,
That
I'll never,
was a good
I'll
one.
never forget that one because in like 4th grade they did like people were doing presentations or whatever, something like that. And now I'm starting to wonder if I'm schizophrenic because I couldn't remember there was like these kids that were twins. Like they may not have been twins. Like I might have just been made like this. Maybe none of this is fucking real.
Maybe I was
Like-
just blabbering to
Yeah.
myself in a corner somewhere.
But like they did a thing where like their presentation was during cyber attack or whatever. They were showing like where like the frames dropped for a minute and like it was like a discoloration
Mm-hmm.
when they were on the roller coaster or something like that, where like they're completely drawn in a different color.
Yeah.
And like that was like his I don't remember why that was his presentation.
Yeah. What, do you remember what your presentation was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aaron, what was your presentation?
I don't know, but it definitely wasn't. Definitely wasn't
I was in 4th grade, so it was like the sky's blue.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, they're over here just like, here's how the Illuminati.
yeah. Well, he was in like they were in that
The
like
sky is blue.
The sky.
They,
is
yeah. They were in that
Huge
like
mom.
advanced like kids fucking program thing or whatever, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
like it's like the
Where
smarter
they're hacking
kid.
into the government and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah, they're like 9 years old.
I
They're
don't-
like, yep, they killed Kennedy.
So what's the theory? It says we're talking about Scooby-Doo.
So the theory for Scooby-Doo is it's set in after a horrible economic depression.
Okay, give me.
And here's why.
I need to know how.
Everything
Yeah.
is abandoned and falling apart, and all the villains are people who would normally be really respected. Professors, museum curators, celebrities, who have fallen into hard times just like everyone else. How many times have the gang helped someone not go out of business? And that's true.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh my god, it's the $100,000 theater owner, Mr.
Yeah,
Jenkins,
yeah.
dressed
Yeah.
as a ghost.
That's
Yeah.
true. To draw in business or to draw away opposing business to something
Yeah.
or other.
Yeah.
I'd believe that one.
There was
Yeah.
one where they
Yeah,
were
I
printing
could see
counterfeit
it.
money. I remember that one.
yeah.
Remember
I don't
that
know
one?
if that's necessarily like more of like a conspiracy theory or like I mean it just kind of seems especially
It's like
from
the
when
facts given to you.
like yeah especially when like Scooby Doo was made like the time period it was made in, you know what I mean, like it kind of just makes sense.
Well, yeah, no, because I mean, Scooby Doo came around in what, the '60s, like the
60s and
first,
70s, I
Yeah.
believe.
the
yeah.
first iterations of them. That's like right after,
Yeah,
like big economic crash, and then World War II, and then now we're in an economic boom.
yeah.
But the
Never
people
really
making them
see-
were 40, so they lived in the Depression.
You never really
Yeah.
see anywhere else besides a malt shop, because every fucking town in that show has a malt shop. Every single one. They all have the same
Yeah.
jukebox playing. Everyone's dancing the same way. It's wild.
I always thought
Yeah.
the Scooby Doo one was just talking about how they're all high, and Scooby Dooby Doo is just a euphemism for a dooberino.
Well, then that would
Yeah.
just be Shaggy keeps being like, yeah, I'll break off and search over here, by myself.
And then he's
It's
paranoid,
really
and
just
that's why they're
Shaggy
always
getting
running
ripped
away.
all the time. And then
Yeah.
he sees, he just sees something. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
paranoid because he's always high, and he's got the munchies because he's always eating.
I love the Venture Brothers crossover.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, fuck you, mystery man, I'm sick. He's like, come on, Scoob, just say something.
Oh, Venture Bros so
Just so
good.
don't believe
The Venture
me.
Brothers was amazing. The Supernatural crossover
I still gotta watch
That
with
was
it.
good.
Scooby
I don't think I
Doo.
saw that one.
They did.
That's
It was
amazing.
there was a ghost that possessed a fucking TV in a pawn shop, and
Sounds like an episode of
fucking
Goosebumps.
and it brought
Well, it's
it,
basically Supernatural.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
episodes
Yeah.
of Goosebumps.
Yeah.
it brought them
With the
in.
darker
It brought
edge.
them into the Scooby Doo universe and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave them like guns and stuff.
Yep. Dean, Sam and Dean were still Sam and Dean. but
Yeah,
they were
and
in
Cass.
the Scooby Doo world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh my-
Cass wasn't.
Castle's in it too.
Castiel was in it.
Yeah, oh my god, it was fucking hilarious.
I gotta
They-
catch up on
because
that
of,
show.
Yeah, you
of course,
fucking do.
yeah,
Oh my god.
of course they team
Is
cast.
it over yet?
No.
No, oh my god,
No,
it's
they
getting
took a break.
crazy though.
They
It's
took a
getting
break,
crazy. It's
so-
gonna be over soon. They're in the second half.
I know it's the last season.
They're
I
in the
think
se-
they did like a Walking Dead thing where they did like a mid-season break.
yeah, they're doing, and now we're on
Now
the
they're
second
back.
half
That's,
of the
that's
end.
like a new thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like, well, I guess that's been a thing for years now, but that's like a newer
Yeah.
thing. I sort of like the mid-season break, honestly,
yeah,
because it just gives you more of a year.
Yeah.
but this
Yeah,
shit,
I'll be
this
honest
shit
with
has
you,
been
man.
crazy.
That's one of the
It's
reasons
also
I
the
stopped
last
watching
season.
Walking Dead.
Well,
Yeah.
Because of the
I don't-
mid-season breaks.
I
I was
don't-
always like,
Let's
this is
not
stupid.
talk about The Walking Dead.
Well, I don't
that
like-
shit pisses me
I don't like
off.
The
This
Walking
is
Dead
just-
because
Oh, shit.
I have
Sorry,
a
Des.
whole, I have a whole fucking thing.
God damn it!
Whole thing.
Just said we're not talking
They should have
about it.
kept it at 10 episode seasons, and then all the filler problems
Yes.
would have been gone, and it would have been
Yeah.
a better show.
Well, it became a soap opera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
There was
It's
no
just-
more
Alright, so we're
fucking
gonna
zombies.
talk about The Walking
as a
Dead.
soap
So
opera
I
where
stopped
sometimes
watching like the third
zombies
season,
show up.
Yeah,
I
it's
stopped
terrible.
watching it the third season. I just got so bored
I think
with
we
it.
stopped at like the fifth season.
Fifth.
I,
Yeah.
I stopped at the 5th, but then I watched the season 7 opener because, I read the comics and I was like,
Yeah.
super excited for Negan.
Yeah,
And Jeffrey Dean Morgan does a great job. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll start watching again because I like the Negan. And
And
then
it
I was
got
like,
stupid again.
and I was like, oh wait,
Yeah.
next 2 episodes are going to be filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out.
yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
We watched the
Every
opening.
fucking Negan
Yeah.
scene is the same now. It's just like, oh, look at this wisecracking thing I say. Stab, stab. Ha ha, Lucille's thirsty. Like, alright, we
Yeah.
get it.
I mean, that
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
character in the comics, though, except
Yeah, but, like,
cursing
it's just-
every other fucking
well,
word.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, there was a frame in the comic that he's like just saying like, "Oh, look at the sky" or something. It's like, "Oh, fuck shit! Look at the fucking shit, cunt sky, cunt fuck shit." Like it's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
It just got so boring after a while. I was just like, you know what he's gonna do.
But
And
he's-
everyone's like,
But he's like the best. He's
Yeah.
literally the best character I think that's left. I mean, I don't watch it anymore, so I can't say.
isn't
Yeah.
Even
What
my dad
season
will
was it?
watch anything, and my dad doesn't even watch that anymore.
I think it was season 7 where it was literally the whole span of the season. The time frame was just 2 days.
that was season 6.
6
because
when they were walking across that town or whatever.
Yeah, season 7
it was
was
2
right
days.
after it, and that's
2
when-
whole
yeah.
days, and they took fucking forever.
It was a 16 episode season.
Forever.
It was 16 hours of the actual 48
It was
hour
so
2 days.
drawn
Yeah.
out, and there were no zombies.
Yeah.
Except
Like-
for that was no, there was a million zombies all surrounding the town though, wasn't there? Wasn't that the season that only
That
took
was
2 days?
closer to the end, I think.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's
Like
what
the last couple episodes.
I mean, really, season 2 wasn't even good. I mean, it took 10 episodes to look in the barn to find Sophia.
Yeah.
True. True.
Yeah.
Don't go in the barn. Let's
Yeah.
not go in the barn.
Like Z Nation was fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a
I gotta watch
campy.
that.
It's
Yeah.
like a
That was fucking
campy.
Sci-fi, right?
Yeah, it's like a campy B-rated like zombie show.
Yeah.
But it's fucking awesome. Like the characters are awesome. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
plot.
on Netflix,
The plot is awesome.
right?
Like yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause the plot just gets fucking crazy.
You
like
know what I noticed,
one
too?
one dude. The whole plot is based around this dude called Murph, who's an asshole. and he was a prisoner.
Murph's an asshole.
No,
He is an asshole.
He
From
is.
what I
He was on
watched, I watched
death
like 4
row, right?
episodes.
Yeah, he was on death row, and
Like, major asshole.
they experimented on him to see if he could survive the zombie fucking virus,
And he
he was
controls them or
he was
something,
strapped to a chair, and the zombies started fucking getting at him, but he didn't die.
Yep.
Like he became one of them.
And he can like control
yeah,
him
he
later
can
on
control
and
him
shit.
later.
Yeah.
On. Oh, it's fucking because
that's
one of the best
And
episodes.
there's like time travel in it. It's like weird, ain't it? Like
No,
this
there's no
Doc
time travel.
character.
They did the same
No,
shit in
he's
that
just-
movie
he's just-
No, he
Wormwood.
was tripping.
Oh,
on,
he was
like,
tripping,
Yeah,
peyote
that's
he
or
what
was
it was.
some
tripping on
shit.
peyote. But like dude, like one of the best episodes is like because like there's a guy constantly on the radio, and they're trying to
Yeah.
fucking get Murphy to this place that apparently they need him to create the cure. And at one point they're like, the Murphy was last seen in fucking like some town, and all of a sudden just like 9 different fucking cars start fucking rolling up, and people are like fucking shooting each other, like fighting
Yeah.
in the middle of a town. Like zombies are just taking fucking people out. It's like a battle royale in the fucking town, and
It was
it's
from
just
a
fucking
newscast to
hilarious.
just an extermination. Jesus Christ.
Like one dude just gets out of a fucking SUV with a rocket launcher. Like
Shows like that though are refreshing because like you look at shows now, like all the new shows, and everything's like super dark. Like
yeah.
me and my girlfriend were trying to like find a new show to watch because like we just got done watching The Witcher, which was great.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into it. Obviously,
Nah.
3 of us are big fans, and this one over here hasn't watched it.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV shows.
I know
Nah.
you don't.
I
but,
can't.
like,
I can't.
we
pay
just
attention
we
long
just
enough.
watched that. We watched Watchmen, which was great. We watched The Mandalorian, which was great. Mandalorian's more upbeat.
yeah.
And then like I'm looking at all these other shows that are like great, but they're all like super
Dark,
and like I
depressing.
love dark shit, but like I
Yeah.
want something livelier now.
It's okay
Yeah.
to laugh.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay to laugh.
It's okay to have something lighthearted.
Yeah.
Like The Boys was dark, but The Boys was funny.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say The Boys was necessarily dark.
I mean, there's a lot of dark shit that happened in it. I
Yeah,
mean, that
I
the
would-
plane full of people that Homelander's just like, yeah, fuck them, I'll laser you. I'm gonna let you
I
die.
would say it was just violent. I wouldn't even say dark. It was just violent. It was just openly violent. Like it's not like
the comics are good too.
No. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of dark. Like how like
It's got dark humor.
The whole plot is a dude getting revenge on superheroes because they fucking obliterated his fucking girlfriend.
And now,
that's one way to
now
put it.
I'm gonna go over 2 shows that failed. Like I liked Ash vs Evil Dead. That
Yeah.
show failed. It got
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah.
That shit was lighthearted.
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
that's because it was on Stars.
And it was goofy. And Preacher failed. I mean,
Yeah.
it had 4 seasons, but it got canceled, so they had to rush through it. And that was livelier and more lighthearted and just
Yeah.
zany and weird.
Yeah.
I like
I would
shows
see.
like that.
I would expect the preacher show to be dark.
Well, it kept with the bizarre tone of the comic.
Like with
Yeah.
what I've read of it so far, it's not.
It's-
It's not
it-
not
it's-
dark.
It's
No.
one. Yeah, it's one of those things that
I
it's-
cry
it-
every time I read Jesse's backstory.
It's
I cry every time.
I don't understand
It's so
why,
fucking
man.
depressing.
I remember
man.
when you called me like, "Yo, did you finish his backstory?" Oh my god, did you cry? Like, no.
It's so fucking depressing.
Like, don't get me
though.
wrong, it sucks getting locked
Yeah.
in a box for long periods of time for like, what the fuck ever has
And
gotta
then-
really
Yeah.
suck.
And then he has a schizophrenic meltdown where
Yeah.
he envisions fucking.
And
what's
then
his
you find
face?
out this bitch is fucking supernatural, and she can just be
his
like,
best friend gets killed because he sees his one uncle fucking a chicken.
Oh my god.
yeah.
It's a wild comic,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It's a
I
wild
forgot.
comic.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, it's just
Fucking
what,
TC.
it's one of those things
Yeah.
that like it should have been like as much people like say like oh man it should like everything shouldn't be on Netflix and stuff. It should have because it would just have more free
would
reign.
Thrived on
Yeah.
Netflix or HBO.
Yeah.
Just something where they could have showed more.
Yeah.
But
HBO is still relevant.
HBO, what are you
Yeah,
talking
people
about? It's
still
still like the
watch it.
biggest.
Yeah.
They still put out the biggest shows
Do they?
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was talking about Watchmen.
And
when
they
it
have
came
Yeah.
out.
porn, so of course people are gonna
Yeah.
watch that.
Real
That's
sex.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like I wish people,
Taxi
but
cab
the one thing I
confessions.
wish is that like people would stop comparing The Witcher to Game of Thrones because they're two
Of
different
course they're
fucking
going
things.
to though.
Yeah, but people are like,
Well,
oh,
yeah.
they're like The Witcher's confusing. It's like not like the fact that it's fucking
Why? It's
that
confusing because there's
game.
one main character
Yeah.
instead of
I think people are
15.
confused.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
I think people are confused because of the time jumps. Like even I was
Yeah.
confused at points.
It
and
took
I
like 5
played
episodes
games.
to fully appreciate exactly
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
everything was in
Well,
the
just 'cause
time.
it's
then
like-
it all comes together.
But
yeah,
see,
It
I
they
think-
they gotta
explains
get the plot out of the way.
I think
Yeah.
it lends
You know?
itself well though because that's a binge show because
Yes.
it
Yeah.
all came out at once, so you could watch it theoretically in one sitting or a couple sittings, so
Yeah.
you get bigger chunks.
Well, and the
Yeah.
whole thing was like the whole beginning the whole first season is just it makes sense the way they shot it because of Destiny.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
and I don't-
it showed that, like, no matter what, no matter how far they fucking spread apart, like, the last episode just ties it all together. Like,
Yeah.
he was there the whole time.
Everything was coming
Like,
together.
everything was always
Well, they
right
had to
there.
show all the backstory because that's not how the whole show's going to be.
No.
It's just the backstory. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer was alive for, 100 years plus or something
Yeah.
with the witches. And, obviously as a witcher, he lives for a long-ass time. And
Wait, you just described In the Tall Grass, and you hated that movie.
What?
When you were like, no matter how far you stray, we all come back right here.
it's different.
No,
it's different.
it's
though.
different because they.
Not literally.
Yeah, not
And
literally.
plus, In the Tall Grass was okay at best.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
pretty good.
No,
No, it was okay.
It was
I haven't
okay.
seen
It was boring as shit.
I didn't
Like,
think it
half
was
the time.
boring. I just didn't. I wasn't buying the Kool-Aid that they were selling.
No. It took so long to get there.
I wasn't buying it.
It took too long to get there.
There were some parts where it did, like, it was kind of like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but then when you consider the time, I don't even care, because it fucking spoils it, like, the whole, like, making decisions, puts you in different
spoiler
time
alert.
periods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone's watched that movie. It was trending for so fucking long.
yeah
If
you're
you
right.
haven't seen it by this point, that's your fault for hearing that spoiler.
No,
I'm not
I
sorry.
mean it's free. It's on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
you could literally just sit down and click a button.
That's
Yeah.
true. You got any more for us? You got any more?
Yeah,
conspiracies?
actually.
yeah,
it was a couple.
because we love we tend to
Yeah, we-
ramble
yeah.
all the time.
We do ramble, but The
Nah.
Witcher is good. I
Yeah.
recommend it. It's
It's
one of the better
amazing.
ones
This
this year.
one's.
Yeah.
I think The Boys is my favorite show to come out this year, though.
Nah.
I really enjoyed The Boys, and like I said, I don't watch TV shows. I really
Woo.
like The Boys.
The Boys,
me.
Good for
Watchmen
you.
is really
Good
good.
for you.
Yeah.
You have to get over, because like the first episode, it presents itself as like a very woke show, in the first episode,
Woke.
but like the comic was woke for the 80s, like
Yeah.
But like if you could get past that hurdle, the show's worth it.
No. Did you read?
So
Did you start reading Crisis on?
No, because I gotta read the Boys book that she bought me for Christmas first, and then I'm reading
Oh,
that.
I see. See, my book's not important.
The book's important. I want to read it, but I gotta
that's
finish
alright.
one.
That's alright.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You act like I'm not gonna read
I don't
it.
give a fuck about your book.
Yeah, you act like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna read it.
So I actually,
It's a Watchmen.
this is a
related
good
thing.
theory. I like this one here. The
Alright.
Doc in Back to the Future is ready to kill himself and Marty in that parking lot during the first time travel scene.
Oh, is that the theory you got on that one?
That's the one that comes up on this list. So
I know a better theory for that one.
I can see
Dope.
that though.
not only has he never tested the time machine, but he claims that many of his inventions have been total failures. So during the moment when he's about to find out if his life's work has a huge success or a complete waste, he not only drives the DeLorean towards himself, but grabs onto Marty when he tries to run away. If that first time travel test was a failure, they both would have been killed, which is exactly what the Doc wanted had the experiment been a failure.
Plus, at the time, what was it? I think it was the Iranians were after him too. I think it was Iranians. Who was after
I don't
Doc?
know.
Some sort of shady government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
I
I
mean-
can time travel, and there's
I'm-
people after
I
you.
mean,
I'd be
that's
like,
that's a
"All right,
quick
dude, have a
little
good one."
theory, and I guess I could see that because like he's a disgraced nuclear physicist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Mulaney says it best. This high school student's friends with this disgraced nuclear physicist. How do they become friends? Fuck it, we don't know,
No.
but they are.
Yeah.
I could see that. Another theory I heard about Back to the Future, which makes sense to me too, it goes over the second one, and a couple of them really, couple of them in different strokes or whatever, is that Marty McFly dies a few times during the events, and then like Doc goes back in time to save him. Because like when he was like almost getting run over by Biff in the tunnel, how did Doc know exactly where he was going to be to put
Yeah.
the fucking DeLorean there in time to save Marty McFly? Unless he already died there before, and then Doc went back to save him.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Logically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, time travel is really hard because it's like if it never happened, it wouldn't have happened. So then
Yeah.
you wouldn't have any reason to go back to fix it,
Yeah. But
and
then
then it
there's
would have happened.
what's
Yeah.
that one theory? If it can happen, it will.
Yeah.
That's what the multi-dimension theory too.
That's
Yeah.
the
Every-
multiverse theory,
every-
or that's like the law of thermodynamics too,
Yeah.
or something like that. It's like something like spontaneous thermodynamics or some shit where it's like anything's possible and it all has happened.
Yeah. That means like some
It's
Yeah.
wild.
some universe
Theories.
some universe out there. Cthulhu is fucking ruling
Yeah, it's
ruling
like
the world.
It's wild that somewhere like I'm like I don't know. I could be like a pickle.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You have a round head instead of a square one.
Somewhere
Wow.
in some
That would be
some
a wild
It
universe.
would be.
Why do we live in such a boring one then?
you guys
Yeah.
are thinking just so
I don't know.
outside the realm of possibility.
Instead of Minecraft, it's like Circlecraft,
Yeah.
and we're making instead of Steve memes, we're making like Joe.
Joe memes.
Joe memes about Bill.
Yeah.
Harambe didn't get shot.
Everyone's got a square
Yeah.
head except
If
Boo in
only.
this
I
universe.
wonder what the world would be like if Harambe never got shot. I feel like it would.
I feel like memes would have.
I feel like they could have
That's
just
what I'm saying.
tranked
Like
him
it definitely
instead
would
of
have not
shooting
been.
him to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine they just tranked him, or imagine if she watched her kid instead of let him just like crawl into a habitat.
Yeah, I
imagine
still
the
don't
habitat was
understand.
better enclosed.
Yeah. What about that one lady that fucking
Imagine.
climbed in with the polar bears?
Yeah. Dude, if you climb into an animal enclosure, like I don't give a fuck what that animal
You deserve
does to
it.
you, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, oh my god. Can't
Yeah.
believe the tiger attacked that guy that didn't fucking belong there.
Especially if you're going
Especially
to a
when the tigers
carnivorous
are-
walked in
animal.
there.
Plus, the tiger's already pissed about being there,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
people put him there, so he's gonna be like, yeah.
You.
Well, it's like, especially if you're going to jump into an enclosure, maybe jump into a herbivore's enclosure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Some turtles.
Maybe.
Except,
Just
except
don't do
turtles.
that.
Well, my dad jumped into an enclosure one time.
Yeah.
He jumped into I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, whatever. He's fine. He jumped into a 150-year-old turtle's enclosure and sat on him, and I took a picture of him.
Nice.
I'll never forget. It was in the Philadelphia Zoo.
Nice.
I'm sure it happened all the time.
Bet you that turtle stayed
Yeah,
there.
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure it happens
Everyone's
all
like,
the
yo,
time.
go sit on that fucking dinosaur.
Dude, he sat on that dinosaur. Though. It was wild. I'll never forget it till the day I die.
I was at the.
My dad
Cape
also owned a
Mesa.
pet tiger at one point
What?
of his life. Well, my grandfather owned it.
Where do you live in Dubai?
No, I think it was some shady
Just
shit.
have a tiger on
There's-
the
there-
front lawn.
there's
How do
just-
you hide that?
There's just
Yeah.
it was a baby
Don't.
tiger. There's pictures of it though of my dad in his backyard playing with a baby tiger.
Mm.
It's real. It happens.
You
That's
sure this
amazing.
isn't like his twins that did the?
No, I mean
presentation.
I have the picture. I don't have it with me today. I probably
Yeah.
should have brought it, I guess, if I was going to talk about it. But like,
Yeah.
I have this picture.
Well, that's like that fucking theory of the one 2000, all the fucking universes fucking went into one, collided into one.
I read one that's like the world really ended in 2012,
What?
and we're in a community. I mean, I totally believe that we're in a computer simulation. We're just like an episode of The Sims.
an episode of the Sims.
You don't play episodes of The Sims.
Well, you
an
know,
iteration.
You
of
play
the
Sims.
It is a game of Sims that we live in. How about that?
God, it's depressing.
I mean,
Yeah.
scientists are just like, yeah, it's 50-50, which is basically like in a yes or no question that means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't prove we're not.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Well, it's like a 50% chance.
Yeah.
Oh. So, like, is it a 50% chance that I'm on fire right now? Yeah, it's 50-50.
No, I can tell you that you're not.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not on fire.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'm pretty sure you're not like
It's like-
just getting blisters
It's like
out
that,
of nowhere.
It's like
like-
that vacuous truth nonsense. You know about vacuous truths, right? Where it's like two lies, two things that are wrong make it inherently true.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could fly if the Pope was 10 feet tall. You can't prove that that's false.
Yeah.
Because the Pope isn't 10 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
So technically I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
Some bullshit like that.
Damn.
That's a whole thing. All right, give me more. Give me more over here. We're running in circles. Give me more.
Oh,
Yeah.
why would the Pope be 10 feet tall?
Well, exactly, but
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. That's the vacuous
Yeah.
truth
Yeah. I
nonsense.
still love that fucking that episode of Family Guy at the Pope.
No.
It's
But
the
a
Pope.
dude-
The floor is not the hamper. And it's man.
I like the one with the dude that's like going to drive the Pope places. And he's like, even the smallest bump of the head, I knock. I like this, and he like knocks his
Yeah.
head, and he face plants. It's
really
so
inconvenient
stupid.
Alright, this one's pretty common. Ed, and Eddie's entire cast of kids are all dead and living in purgatory of an eternal childhood.
Oh, and they're all
cycle.
from different time periods. right?
Different time periods. Johnny and Rolf from the 40s. That's a picture of Ed, and Eddie that I didn't mean to click on. Kevin from the 90s. Naz from the 60s. Jimmy from the 2000s, and so on.
I can
I
see
mean,
that.
that one I could see because you never, right up until the end, because you never saw parents or
Yeah.
adults up until like the last season when they
Yeah.
had school,
Yeah.
and then adults were a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that was one that would have been true if they didn't end it the way they did.
Yeah.
I feel like
Dude, the memes of Rolf looking out the
many
window.
doors.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm looking out
Looking out the window.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those are so good.
I like the meme of Rolf. It's like a naked woman, and she spread her legs, and instead of a vagina, it's just
just
Rolf
Rolf.
through the portals,
Yeah.
like
It's
many windows.
It's
Oh,
like, yeah.
it's,
It's like life has
Yeah.
many doors, that boy.
Stupid.
so good.
I love it.
And then Eddie is like my favorite cartoon.
Yeah.
I also have to say it's like my favorite childhood cartoon.
I did
Yeah.
love that, Ed, and Eddie.
I find a way to get it every single time I have a new computer. It's the first thing I download on my computer.
Is that Ed and Eddie?
Edit and Eddie, the whole
I remember
thing.
the first
And I
time you
watch
saw
it all.
Eddie's brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
that was in the
total
movie.
douchebag.
That was in the movie. That was in the last movie. You finally saw him or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it turns out he's a douchebag, and then all the kids feel sorry for Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kid that's been trying to scam him because his brother was an abusive dickbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy like that.
Got real sad real fast.
Brings the
Yeah.
feels, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
Ed, Edd n Eddy was like a stroke of genius. It
Yeah,
was like
I
one of the
think so.
last fully animated animations, like
Yeah.
hand-drawn animated from
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Yep.
I loved Rolf. I mean, Rolf was the fucking man. But I mean, I could see that like he's
Every
like,
character was
he's like
good.
churning
Yeah.
fucking butter. You know what I mean?
Every character was quirky, weird, and good in that show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even like the fucking I
Even
forget.
Plank.
Even Plank. Plank was a character of his own, and he never said a
Yeah.
word. to
Plank,
anyone.
Plank
No.
even Plank even got a song.
Plank drove a car when they made the city out of boxes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
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 Well, a wagon.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was fucking
drove off.
gunning it. Dude.
Yeah.
He was.
Yep.
He was
God,
about it.
he was immediately corrupted.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode where Ed, and Eddie, the Eds weren't even in it, and like they were trying to find, they thought it was a scam, and then all the kids are like getting like killed one by one,
No.
and like
Don't
it turns out it
remember
was a scam gone wrong, and they're like the monkey masks, monkey people.
I don't
Oh
think
my
this was
God.
on Cartoon Network.
This was on Cartoon
It
Network.
was.
This
It was.
It was a weird one. I don't know. I just love all of them.
Yeah.
I love all those.
My favorite
episodes.
was Invader Zim and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Invader Zim was really good. Courage the Cowardly Dog has a really good theory.
What, that they live in a normal place?
They live in a normal life, but because he's just a scared dog, he's not used to people. Everything's like this crazy monster to
Dude,
him.
Yeah.
that spider episode was terrifying.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
That was
terror.
absolutely terrifying.
Freaky
Talking about with
Fred or
Cat.
whatever.
You're talking about with the cat?
Cat.
Oh, yeah, he had the
Yeah.
spiders. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
The
they
purple
were in the
cat.
bathtub.
Yeah.
And Yori was like, ah!
Yeah.
Oh, that
She was fighting
terrifying.
off with her foot. Oh, her foot. Oh.
Or fucking, what's his name? He's like, you're so naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaky Fred.
Freaky Fred.
He's a freaky barber.
Yeah. Or the hamster.
Oh my god.
When they're
Such
like,
a good show.
Dr. Herbal. It's like, it's Dr. Herbal.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but they're like,
Quack.
fighting like on the boat, and the whole time is just that.
They did
like
that.
that opera music,
You know-
and like falls off the cliff and shit. You're just like, what the fuck?
You know what
Yeah.
always got me? Is the Sandman one. Just because his fucking eyes were fucking all bugged out. He was the Sandman. He gave the people the sleepies. Everyone was sleeping
Yes.
forever. They had like
Yeah, I
piles of
remember
sand
that
on their eyes.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wanted to sleep or something.
Yeah.
It was fucking wild.
Yeah.
My favorite
That show
episode
was
was the
wild.
Exorcism one.
That's a good one.
That was a good
Hullabaloo and howdy do.
Yeah.
I like the Asian dude too.
I was like, well, watch where you going, you fool.
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode where they went to get burgers? And he
Yeah.
thought they were making the dogs
Human
and the burgers.
Yeah.
Human burgers and shit.
Yeah, had like a cast of like Eustace's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had dog in a long time.
I love the cockroach too.
Yeah.
The cockroach. You don't remember him? He's like, you want to see what's behind that door?
You don't want to
You see what's behind that door?
You
Like,
don't want to be on that dog.
dude, the
God.
cockroach is fucking great. And the mummy one was great. Return the
Yeah,
slab.
fuck that shit.
Yeah.
That
What
shit
was
scared
the
the
one
hell out of
you-
me.
You're not perfect. The
Yeah.
little aborted baby
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Oh my
That shit was
god.
whacked out.
That
That shit was
That
fucking crazy.
The Sasquatch
Apparently-
when they're doing the hula dance.
Or the
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah.
Do you remember when
the quack?
I'm surprised
Yeah.
this wasn't your favorite one, when the movie director came back from the dead
Oh,
and
that's
then
a good
resurrected
one.
the guy from
Yeah.
underneath the house back from the dead?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
There's
a good
just
one.
so much craziness. Do you remember the computer virus one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I
they're in
remember
the
that
computer
one.
world,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
it's like a worm dude with a huge nose.
Yeah.
But I love the
I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy when you like talk about it, and like
yeah.
all I know is it's nanner time.
Do
You
you
mind if
remember
I get
the
a
one?
nanner?
Do you
Go
remember
for
the
it.
one where
Nanner
the guy
time.
was selling flan and he was like in the factory or something like that, and it just kept saying over and over, it was like, buy fantasy flan. The whole time, like, it was just like 20 minutes of you just hearing that, and you're like, the fuck is a flan?
I don't know.
Don't.
You
not.
You should get a little closer.
You do
A
not
little ass.
do that.
A little ass.
Ever, don't
I'm
ever.
just eating a banana, dude.
No.
I needed something. Give me another one.
I'm gonna fucking knock you out.
Or I got the Dukes
What's
out,
wrong
boy.
with
Yeah.
Anthony eating a banana?
He's smacking his lips
Oh.
because he knows that it drives me nuts.
Can you not, please? Because that kind of drives me crazy too.
Anthony's gonna choke on the banana.
I hope so, because it'll make him stop.
Maybe not.
Let me find a good one. See if there's a good one here.
Ew.
Charlie Brown is dying of cancer.
That's a good one.
My personal my personal explanation for why Charlie Brown in Peanuts is bald is he's dying of cancer and dreaming up everything. And the strip, I'm getting tired of it's not real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everything's that
dream.
theory. I don't really like that.
Caillou has cancer.
I just like thinking
Yes.
that. Yeah, he
Why
does.
does everybody hate Caillou?
I fucking hate Caillou.
I've never watched that show before because, like, I'm
Because
not
he's a
child.
bitch ass
Yeah.
fuck that complains about everything and throws
He
a
did.
tantrum, and then it's the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the hero somehow.
I just remember. I remember.
It's like, oh, I got water on my neck for 20 minutes. Like, I don't give a fuck about that.
I remember someone.
Well,
fucking-
you're,
Raising
not
a generation of pussies.
No, I just love. I just love the fucking. I watched someone get roasted on Facebook one time, and someone called dude a Caillou looking motherfucker.
Dude, I used to call, do you remember I used to call Dennis Caillou?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everybody
I can
look,
see that.
it's Caillou.
Dude, my sister,
His
like,
ringtone on my phone was the Caillou theme song.
Oh my god.
my sister, like, gets mad if you bring up Caillou. She's like, don't fucking talk about that little
Well, that's
son
like
of
the
a bitch.
That's like the
God.
Barney of a later generation because people hated Barney for
Yep,
the same
I
reason.
can't fucking
I
stand
love
Barney.
Barney.
My brother watched it growing up.
I
My
never-
dad wouldn't let me
And
watch
I got
Barney.
forced to
No?
watch it.
No,
I don't
love
recall liking Barney.
I didn't watch it.
Barney was the shit.
Do you remember the...
I watched South Park as a
No.
kid.
All right.
Yeah.
No one
So did
ever
I.
remembers this one. Do you guys remember the Busy World of Richard Scarry? It had the
No.
worm that drove the apple,
What?
and it was like okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
It had little wheels on it.
Yeah, and he
Yep.
wore a hat.
I know
Yeah,
what
and it
you're
was just
talking
Was
like-
it
about.
animated?
Yeah.
I know what you're
No.
talking about.
No, well,
No, it was shot in real time, Anthony.
Yeah. They were ahead of their time in training
Yeah.
worms how
It
to
was-
drive
I
apples.
didn't know if it was like a
futuristic
puppet
society
based.
that got made
Yeah,
into a
no.
Yeah, it
TV
could have been
show.
puppets.
I didn't know if it was puppet based or if it was animated.
No, it was an animated
Because
show.
I remember, I do remember like an Apple Card with a worm in it,
Yeah.
but it could have been something I saw in passing. I don't remember the show
I
itself.
think I think he was on the cover of kids' books too, like up in the
Yeah,
corner
yeah,
or
yeah.
something
I
like
think
that.
that's what I
Yeah.
remember.
Because I think Richard Scarry was like a children's writer, and it was just a TV show of just all different shit he
Yeah,
made.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, he made books.
yeah,
shit
I remember
like
that show. I
Yeah.
remember Rupert. Fucking hated that one with the bear.
Yes.
The white bear.
I
No,
remember
that was
that.
dumb.
I hated that show. I don't know. I don't even remember like one scene from it, but
No.
fuck that show.
Then
I
you have
never liked
fucking
I used to
Clifford.
watch the Big Comfy
Clifford.
Couch.
Imagine how horrifying it would
I had
be to
the-
have Clifford the big red dog.
It would be
there's a live
horrifying.
action
Imagine,
Clifford coming out.
I know.
Yeah.
imagine cleaning up that poop.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
You would just leave
imagine
it
cleaning
there.
up
I
that
mean,
poop.
how would you feed that dog?
The humans?
Yeah, I was gonna say like with your neighbors.
You just
Yeah.
put him in the forest and have him hunt deer.
Yeah, I mean, population control would be crazy.
Basically, what you're saying is
Yeah.
just let them go.
You know, the
Yeah.
government would take that dog and like,
Yeah, it would.
make
Weaponize it.
Yeah, weaponize
Absolutely.
it. Strap a nuke
Yeah.
to
Can
its
Can you
head or
imagine like
something.
6-story
Go
Dobermans?
fetch!
Yeah.
Throws it into like some.
It'd be the first
some town.
American kaiju. And fucking the rival Godzilla.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Imagine Clifford taking down Godzilla.
That would be awesome.
Who do you think's more powerful, Godzilla or Clifford?
Oh, dude, Godzilla.
Yeah, I was
Are
gonna
you
say
sure?
Godzilla.
Are you sure though?
Because
We've never seen Clifford's true power.
Because Clifford can't
I
breathe
don't think
underwater.
Clifford has a power. I think
Yeah, I
he's
was-
just a big red dog.
Because Clifford can't breathe underwater, so Godzilla just take him underwater.
Have you
and
ever
that's it.
seen Clifford underwater?
Yeah, he wore this giant fucking snorkel and shit somehow. I don't know how he got it.
And where did they get the plastic to make the giant snorkel?
How did
Yeah.
they fund this?
How does that work on a dog?
I don't
How does
know.
a snorkel work?
How does
on a
anything
dog?
work?
I mean, Clifford's a giant dog.
Imagine
you
the
know what I
dog
mean?
you pat on that boy though.
Yeah.
Just quap, quap.
Yeah.
Do you got more? Do you got more for me? Huh?
Man, you
do.
went from
I can
like
give you some.
mid-sentence to just...
Yeah.
You got more for me?
I can give you some.
Oh no.
Who
no, no.
Framed Roger Rabbit is a movie about gentrification and segregation. I love
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger
Yeah.
Rabbit.
It's the only movie
Yes.
where you have Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in the same frame.
Dude,
Yeah.
Only anything.
dude, think
Yeah.
about it. What that movie was made? What year was that movie made?
Oh, I
That was
don't
in
know.
the 80s. I know that.
Early 80s, like
Yeah.
83,
Dude,
84.
the animation on top of like, it was so well done.
Yeah. I remember Eddie Murphy talks about it where he's like, he got asked to play in that movie, and he's like, ain't no one want to see cartoons and fucking real people and that shit. He's like, I'm regretting it now.
It came out in 88.
88.
Yeah.
Oh, so later than I
Dude,
Yeah.
so but like,
he was
you know-
also, I think he was doing Beverly Hills Cop at the same time now.
dude, I feel like
Yeah.
that was just wildly ahead of its time with that animation and shit.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
It was
though.
also set in
No.
the 40s.
Yeah.
Such
That's
a
when the
good
movie
movie.
took place.
Yeah.
That one
That's
scene is
crazy.
horrifying. With
When he dips the shoe.
no, well that's horrifying too. No, just when the killer is revealed, he's like half tune, half person.
Oh, yeah.
and his
Yeah.
eyes are
Yeah.
bugging out, and his voice
Yeah.
gets real loud. I think
Yeah.
who was that? Hank Azaria that played him. Who played him?
Doc.
That was Doc, dude.
Was that
was
Doc?
Doc.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd.
Why did
Yeah.
I think that was Hank
I
Azaria?
don't know.
Because they look alike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Doc.
Made a lot of money.
Dude, that movie is just so I don't know why,
Made
but I
$330
always
million.
That's
fucking
amazing.
wow.
especially
For the 80s, yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every time I see it, even to this day, the scene in the beginning where the hippo sits on the bench and just launches the dude to the sky.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
And of course, there's that one frame where if you pause it just right, she's naked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
Dude, it's 2020, man. It's online. I ain't gotta pause shit.
I
Just go online and
I
find something
did
that did it.
like an OG, okay? When I was 10 years old
Dude,
on my
everyone-
VHS.
What, fucking Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah.
Everyone had a crush on Jessica Rabbit.
Dude, because she was a
At
bopping
one point,
bitch.
everyone was like, is hentai that bad?
Yeah.
Number one watch porn in Russia.
There's 90...
Yeah.
Like, I feel like 99.9% of people will be like, I don't watch that shit, dude. And they'd be like, wait a minute, Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah, they watch
Yeah.
that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, they definitely watch that shit.
She got small nipples.
Everyone's been at least a little bit curious and has watched at least one.
Yeah.
You always gotta try it out. I
Yeah.
try out every.
You know what you're into, you know?
I try out every porn.
I
you
tried
know?
everything. Yeah, that's why there's so many
Gilf,
categories.
MILF.
I don't think I could get
Dilf?
down. I don't think I could get
Dilf?
down
MILFs,
with
G
Gilfs.
Gilf?
MILFs,
What
and
about
soon to be
Gilf?
MILFs.
I said Gilf. That was my
Oh.
first one.
Was
I
that
don't think I
in
could
here?
get down with Gilfs.
Oh, dude, it's
Why not?
wild. There's a lot of wrinkles.
You wouldn't fuck Madonna?
No.
No.
Fuck no. Ew, no.
I wouldn't have fucked her in a prime, dude. She is not attractive.
No, I
No.
wouldn't have either.
I would have fucked her for the millions. She's got like a 17-year-old boyfriend right now or
She's
something.
dating a 25-year-old.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
She's 62?
I'm sure he truly
Loves her.
loves her
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
for her.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm sure she loves him just as much. And then once he hits 30, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's got another 3-year shelf life.
Yeah. 5 years.
Oh yeah, he's 25. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, either way,
Yeah.
he's got his age limit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the play bunnies. Or
I just
whatever.
want to know.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
to like 29 and
Yeah.
they're out of the house.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is that still even a thing now though? That
What, the
Playboy?
Playboys?
that no, I'm saying that the
The Playhouse?
yeah.
I don't know
I
because
don't think
Hugh
so.
Hefner's dead.
I don't
Yeah.
think it is.
I mean, as soon as they died,
No one else can pull that off.
No.
as soon as he died, it was like what the first trans woman in there. So I guess he wasn't about having trannies in Playboy.
Well,
That's
didn't
what
they
killed
take?
him.
Yeah.
Did they take the centerfolds out?
I
think
don't
so.
I don't know. I just remember that fucking they were saying like a lot of the girls were
Who
like
reads magazines?
yeah
Or I guess who looks at
Look,
magazines?
every guy read Playboy for the articles.
yeah. Well, I just
That's why I
remember,
read Hustler.
Yeah.
I just remember them saying like the like a lot of the models and shit were like afraid to leave because he was like abusive and shit.
Wasn't he Hugh Hefner?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of horror stories.
Knock him over.
Break his hip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things that's like it's like the power trip. You know what I mean? It's like yeah, you can leave and I'll just ruin your fucking career for the rest of your life.
I'll ruin your porn star.
I mean,
career.
dude, look
You
at
go
fucking.
outside, but I'll just put more naked
Yeah.
pictures of you out. Like,
Well, I'm saying,
Yeah.
look at fucking Dan Schneider, all the shit that he got away with, and just the fucking
Yeah, diddling kids.
just like a $120 million fucking settlement. Like
Yeah.
that he didn't lose his job or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. $120 million lawsuit.
It's crazy.
Like Cosby, his ass is in jail.
Yeah,
I love
and he's
how,
blind.
I love how
Yeah.
people's trauma has a price.
Yeah.
I could totally move on from that for like 130 million. Like,
Yeah.
nah, 120, and we got a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
my trauma's worth 120.
Like, how do you assess monetary value to trauma?
You just don't.
Here's a number you like to hear, and just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I guess.
I wonder how much you lose, like, because that kind of settlement, they have to look at it and be like, yeah, that's taxable income there, fella.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for like the first ball tap to be a moneymaker. Like this guy ball tapped me, I want $30,000.
I think it
30,000, I'm
has.
getting way more than that. Not only did you ball tap me, but you touched my dick.
Yeah, I think it has. No, I think it has somewhere where someone got fucking ball tapped so hard it like shattered a testicle and then
What?
How do
Whoa!
you shatter a
Dude.
fucking ball of skin?
When I think of
It's
ball tap,
not
I just think of
much.
like
It doesn't take
Yeah,
much.
tap.
Shatter?
you graze it. That's
Doesn't take-
that's like a ball mash. That's not a
Yeah.
ball
Yeah,
tap.
dude, that was
Yeah.
like someone held him down, someone had a hammer.
Yeah.
Hammer smash testicles.
Dude, I got uppercut one time in the testicles by my buddy Buddha.
I got kicked in the balls one
He
time
was
when I
a big
threw
guy.
up.
Yeah. Buddha was like the Juggernaut from fucking X-Men. He uppercutted
He was
me
big.
in the fucking dick. It was one of the most painful fucking things. I was off the ground.
I like how you're laughing and like you're happy about this memory. This is a good memory.
That's a good memory.
This guy hit me so hard in the dick, man.
Yeah.
It fell off.
Yeah. Dude, it was bad for a while. Everyone would kind of like stand towards the wall. You know what I mean? Because everyone would just run by and just be like sack tap and just fucking hit someone in the middle of the hallway.
That was a thing in everyone's.
Look,
school,
man.
so, yeah.
Look, back in the day when you were younger and you didn't understand that you were just destroying yourself,
Yeah.
that shit was funny.
Yeah.
But like now, if you ball tap me, understand that in 10 minutes when I'm done,
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not funny anymore.
No, especially when you sit on your balls.
Oh
when
my
you
god!
sit on the couch.
I hate
and
sitting on the sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fucking. It's just an
That's the
awful
worst.
feeling. Because you're like, man, I'm about to get comfy as shit, and you're like, and the next, and next thing you know, like your stomach's upset. Like
Set on my nuts.
you start getting a headache. You start feeling hot and
I
shit.
feel like it only happens to me when I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
Whenever
so
I'm on the
glad
phone,
that
I'm just
that
like,
happened.
oh god.
Yeah. It doesn't have to worry about that.
No.
You can't sit on your clit.
Can you?
No.
I mean, sometimes I'll wear jeans that like pinch and rub a little bit, but
Oh.
Do you call those your fun jeans or those your bad jeans?
those are my bad jeans
Yeah.
because it's not comfortable.
Because
Fun jeans.
zippers hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know zippers hurt. Trust me.
That's why, like, even to this day, I'm like,
Is it the hot dog or the bun?
nah. Even to this day, I'm wondering how people could fucking zipper their fucking own dick.
I've done
And,
it.
I mean, when we were kids, yeah, but like grown men, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
now, see, when I zip my pants up, I do a whole thing.
the whole tuck.
I like tuck it, zip carefully. I'm not trying to zip any of that up in there.
Do either of you wear underwear?
I wear
Yeah.
underwear.
You can still pinch.
How?
Dude, you guys are putting your pants on the wrong way.
How are we putting our pants on the wrong
my,
way?
my
No.
my dick flops out of the little front pocket.
No,
thing
it doesn't.
sometimes. Yes, it does. I know what my dick does. Thank you very much.
You guys are putting on underwear wrong the same way too.
No.
How?
Sometimes I like sticking my whole dick out of the flap and just leaving it out there.
Do you use the
whole
flap?
Yeah, the little flap.
That's
thing.
what it's
I
for.
don't use the flap.
Not just for it to hang out while you're walking around.
So
Who
you
the
can
fuck
take a
uses the
piss.
flap?
I use
You're
the flap.
dude, you're keeping everything except what's supposed to be in the underwear.
Yeah.
In the underwear.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Dude, you're using them
It's
wrong.
fun. It's dangerous.
It's fun. It helps me when I flash my girlfriend.
Why do I come over here?
I don't know.
Oh,
Are you
God.
kidding me? He comes over your fucking place more than here.
That's not true. I mean, that's true for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so you
Yeah,
gotta,
wow.
yeah. So that's on. You're fucking. You're allowing that into your life.
Wow, what?
I gotta start cutting off all the toxicity. It's 2020.
All the
New
all
year,
the,
new me.
Yeah.
all
you
the
know?
dick, the dick showing out of my life.
I'll never forget the most impressive ball tap I've ever seen, though. I want to tell this story because it's so good. We were changing in gym class. It was impressive, dude. Dude came in and, like, slid, like, he was playing guitar, like, on his knees, slid into some dude and, like, just wailed him in the nuts while he only had
God.
underwear on. It was amazing. The dude was on the ground. It turned into a
bet.
fight. It was amazing.
I bet
yeah.
it would turn into a fight. I mean, because
It was wild.
it sounds wild.
And I was just like putting my pants on, and I got like a full view of it, just like just slide right into a cross,
Yeah.
yeah,
That is pretty impressive.
right into a sack,
that is pretty amazing.
and it was loud.
No,
Oh,
did yours have a
oh,
window?
man, when you hear the smack.
Yeah,
oh.
it was loud.
Did yours have a window in your gym locker room?
Yeah,
A
where the
window.
teacher could look at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I always thought that.
yeah.
I always
Coach
thought that.
Lang.
I always
We
thought that
didn't
was
have
weird.
I hated
We
Coach
actually
Lang.
had our
Everyone
teachers
hated
in our
Coach
locker
Lang.
rooms.
That's
Like
also
the-
weird.
the
Someone in
girl
my grade
teachers.
put a bunch of
Yeah.
put some
I think that's
Viagra in his
weird.
coffee. The last day of our school.
Some of the
our
girls
class,
would get like
and they had,
naked
a
in our
boner.
locker rooms out.
Yeah, which is
Is that what it did to
Yeah.
him?
Yes, it was funny.
gross and weird.
Our locker rooms, no.
You sounded like
Yeah,
such an
I
idiot
bet.
right there. It was funny.
It was funny. It was funny at the time.
Dude, I fucking hated
now,
Lang.
now it wouldn't be funny.
No, if it's not me, it's funny.
Now it wouldn't be funny to me, but adolescent me, or I guess it wasn't an adolescent, I was a teenager. I don't know. 17, 18-year-old me, it was hilarious.
Yeah, now I was like, that sucks, dude. No, I'd probably still laugh if that happened to someone. If it happened to me, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny as long as it's not you.
No.
Like them videos where like the guy goes up like an escalator and just smacks someone in the face with the pie. I'm like, oh dude, that's so funny. They did that to me, I'd be so.
I don't know.
So fucking mad.
There's-
Being
there's-
like,
You would.
you're in the mall and you're just
I want
like
to just like
covered in
hire
whipped
someone to
cream.
do that to you
Yeah.
now. Just like
They're
some
gonna have
random
to
guy.
break into my house. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You tell me like
See,
you're
that's-
going to Walmart and be like, now it's time to go. Now it's
Yeah.
time to go. Go.
That's what I always wondered. Like those dudes,
Eagle has
the Jalals or whatever. Like, do you think that they would just get away with like if someone just murdered one of them? Like-
No, that would just be a snuff video.
You don't think so? No, I'm talking about someone murdered one of the fucking Jalal dudes when he ran up and throws the fake bomb. And if someone just murdered him,
Oh, like if someone shot him.
yeah, like would they? I feel like they should just get away with that shit. You know what I mean? Like you dressed up
Yeah,
as
they
a
didn't know it was
terrorist.
real.
It's
Yeah.
like the dude that dresses up as a killer clown in the one video. Like the dude saw him and just like hooked him.
Yeah,
Like it's not his fault.
nah,
He hooked off on you. It's fight or flight, and that dude chose to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
No, look. See, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, dude, you waited in a bush, dressed as a clown. You got everything. I should come in here to punch you again.
Yeah, that's why I like Ross Creations because none of his pranks are like harmful. You know what I mean? Like they're just fucking funny. Like slipping hot dogs in people's pockets at
Did
the
that
fucking
Tyrone
store.
guy get shot?
I think Tyrone did get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he did get shot.
Like, totally justified.
Yeah, totally. Like
This
just walking out
massive
trying to
dude
fight
comes up
people.
running his mouth. I'd just be like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I was like a dude that carried a gun and was like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
yeah,
if I was the dude that would have shot him, I would have shot him.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying.
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
But of
Nah,
course, because of New Jersey, it's like, you can't do that.
yeah.
No, you can't.
New
No.
Jersey, if you get your ass whooped, you just got to take the ass whooping and then tell on them.
Take
Yeah.
it like a man.
If someone's in your house and you're in a corner and they got a knife to you, you still can't defend yourself legally.
Yeah, unless you say I was in fear for my life.
You can't even really defend yourself then. You still get charges.
Yeah,
I mean, they will probably be reduced charges, but I mean, there shouldn't
Yeah.
be any charges. There's a dude in my house with a knife.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, and at that
You
point,
killed him.
So
At that-
fucked his corpse.
I used my hand. What was that last part?
I killed him.
Yeah.
well, at that point, you just don't call the cops. You just
Well,
just
now-
bury him.
You drag
No,
the
see
body
now,
outside.
now you're just covering up a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is where that reduction of charges goes
Then it becomes
away.
premeditated at
Yeah.
that point. Cause
Like,
then
why did you have the hole dug in
then
your
you
backyard,
plan
Aaron?
what to do with the body.
Plan
not,
to
not,
take
if
it
you, not if you
6
broke
feet
into your
deep.
house. It's not premeditated. Hey, you stop.
You got
We
any
see
more
you.
for me?
We'll see you. Come here.
You got any more? Anything
Come here.
good?
Say hi.
Give me something good.
Come here.
Hmm.
Don't give me some of this bullshit.
Hi. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Jojo.
Bullshit.
Aladdin takes place in the future.
Aladdin
Aladdin?
takes place in the future.
Aladdin.
Excuse me?
Like Paula Dean?
Aladdin. Because it's Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
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 I mean, well, it's supposed to be what, futuristic Baghdad or something? After a war-torn society brings everyone back to, like, that age. Because he references movies and stuff. Isn't that the whole crux of the theory?
It's just a post-apocalyptic world where only Arabic culture survived. It's been so long that the name Arabia has been corrupted to Agrabah.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, they're kind of like one of the least technologically advanced.
They have a flying
And-
carpet.
I'm not talking about in the movie, but I'm talking about like in real world, like, and it's hard for them to grow crops and shit in the desert.
Oh, because...
So like,
yeah.
if anyone was gonna survive like a nuclear fallout where you could barely grow anything and all that shit, like
Probably the people that's been doing it for their whole lives.
yeah, for like the past like thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, because I'm sure they wouldn't have a nuke hit them directly at any point.
Yeah.
For
Ever.
anything. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Ever.
Ever.
For any reason.
But, yeah, no, I believe the crux of that theory is because the genie references movies and stuff
Yeah,
in the movie that wouldn't have come out for, like, 1,000 years.
that's also because it's Robin Williams.
Well, it's also because,
Yeah.
he's a magical being, and, if we're really splitting hairs here, it's a genie and a flying carpet and a monkey that's sentient enough to talk back to you. Like, no.
Yeah, Iago,
Iago.
talking parrot.
Yeah.
What if life just turned out like Fallout?
Well, I hope it turned out like Fallout 3 and be a good game.
Yeah,
And not like, Fallout 4 or 76.
but New Vegas was the jam.
And New Vegas was the jam.
The
too.
Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds was a jam.
Nah.
Anyway, so what?
But
Are
I'm
you
saying, like,
are you saying what if world turned out and it was like a 50s?
No, I'm saying like the people that live under the sewers or whatever, like they'd be like the ghouls.
So like Futurama.
Yeah, like, hey there, smooth skin. You know what I mean?
Dude,
What, you never play Fallout?
you be getting some easy puss in that area though.
You would be.
Hey, smooth skin. I've been, yeah. Check out this smooth skin, disgusting creature.
What's up, you scaly bitch?
What's up, you raising that?
I mean, there are people that live in the sewers.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if a new kid, they're the ghouls.
Okay, so let's imagine if it was like Mad Max world.
Like, see, that's believable too. I don't think Aladdin is believable that it would be post-apocalyptic.
They have like a whole kingdom, man.
Yeah, and then they got the fucking cavern that talks.
Well, I think it would be. See how Aladdin would have been then if it was a post-apocalyptic thing. The big thing would have happened. You would have had the troubling times, which would be like your Mad Max, your Fallout, and then you would have when things are starting to get back to normalcy,
Yeah.
with a kingdom. So this is after that step.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
still
if-
have
if
some. You
that's the
still have
theory.
some kind of technology. Like, you're gonna tell me none of them fucking had a gun?
Someone's just got an AK. The king's got an AK.
Yeah.
Everyone else has sticks and
Like relics of like the old era. You know what I mean?
yeah, trophies from days before.
Yeah. Like, it's just been passed down. So like whenever the Sultan, someone fucking threatened them.
I mean, obviously, all these theories are just theories too,
Yep.
Yeah.
and like that, none of them have ever been given the green light by any of the creators.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
You know, it's fun. It's fun to think about. I personally don't buy the futuristic one
Yeah. Oh,
because
a big theory in Supernatural that's been going on for since like ever. It finally, because like it was like a big thing like talked about for like,
what is it?
can't tell you 'cause
Why'd you bring it up?
you bring it up?
because it'll spoil it for you because they actually brought a character back
If
that
I were to
everyone's
tell
been
you
wondering
that
for
I'm
like
never gonna sit
for
down
8 seasons.
and watch,
Yeah, but he will.
I am.
Yeah, for like 8 seasons, people theorized what happened to a certain character, and they brought him back in the final season,
Oh my.
and they explained where he's been this whole
What
entire
season
time.
did that happen?
7
No.
or 8.
No. No, it wasn't that far.
7 or 8, yeah.
Was it?
I don't know. I know you gotta make me Google. Gotta
You got
do the
another one?
Google.
Got anything good for me? Come on. We're talking about what? Children theories?
Cartoon conspiracy.
Cartoon
theories.
conspiracy theories.
Oh, there's the one that SpongeBob is from nuclear fallout.
There's also another SpongeBob one too, isn't it? Like they each the main characters represent the 7 deadly sins. Like Sandy's like pride, Patrick's like sloth, and
could see that.
gluttony or something, or someone else's gluttony. Mr. Krabs is greed. SpongeBob's lust.
SpongeBob is?
Because he loves everyone and everything.
Yeah.
That's like I think the stretch of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what Squidward was. Wrath or something. Because he hates everything.
Yeah.
There was one too. They live in like mufflers and shit because it's pollution.
Yeah.
It's from pollution.
Well, that one's of all of them. That one's probably the most realistic because Steven Hillenberg was like a marine biologist before he started doing cartoons, and so he might have been like making shit like that on purpose. I mean, it makes sense though. There's a lot of shipwrecks in there and shit in the ocean. I believe it. I believe all the SpongeBob ones because SpongeBob was shot out.
I love SpongeBob.
I love SpongeBob too. Everyone does. I mean,
Such a good show.
everyone loves SpongeBob. Or as my grandmother would call him, Cheese Bob.
To what?
Cheese Bob. She thought it was a piece of Swiss cheese.
Cheese Bob.
Yeah.
That's good.
Is it season 5?
I think it was 4.
Season 5 was the last
Jessica
time.
Fletcher.
So after
She's
10 seasons, a theory that's
Season
gone
5.
around the
Who's
internet.
the character that disappeared when Lucifer was uprising?
Think of when Sam had Lucifer.
in his body.
Oh no!
10 seasons later. 10 seasons later,
The brother?
they fleshed out the theory.
The brother!
Bro,
Yeah, because we were talking about it, like the episode before that episode. I was like, man, I wonder what they're gonna do about him.
Full circle. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I still gotta watch it.
yeah,
I like
they're
3
they're
seasons.
Yeah.
they're literally taking everything and they're closing the book.
So anyway,
Well, it's the end.
Every that's what like you have to appreciate about Supernatural is that every theory that's ever been out there, like they've like with the final season, they've been closing every single storyline, like every like little piece that's been out there that like fans have theorized about. They're like, here's the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like one of the few shows that like they're like when the show's over, hopefully like there isn't like theories like later on.
I'm sure there will be.
Yeah, the show.
There's
I'm
always
sure
going to
there
be a
will be.
theory.
Man, we're going
But,
over
like-
theories about the Rugrats being not real and dead.
Yeah,
There's going to be tons of theories.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I hope they bring what's his face back.
Supernatural's so crazy that like
Oh, what's his
you
name?
could,
It was
like,
like their dad.
there's
Can't
so
remember
many
now.
theories. Bobby.
Bobby. I hope they
Bobby.
bring him back in like the final episode.
You know
That's like
about
how they end it.
that's where he died in the Hamilton Hospital. That's
I know
where they filmed
he's,
that scene.
I know
Is
the
it?
actors. in
Yeah,
it.
that hospital on the White Horse Pike in Hamilton.
Yeah.
They filmed that scene of Supernatural, where Bobby dies in the hospital. They filmed it in Hamilton.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I worked in the
because
hospital.
they
where
travel
filmed All of House.
they travel everywhere.
It's just so random.
They travel throughout the country to film.
I did work in the hospital where they filmed All of House.
Really?
Nice.
I don't remember
It's,
House.
it's in Princeton.
I don't remember House too much.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it
Show's
was just,
so good.
that show was just like
I love
we
that
can't
show.
figure out what's wrong. He's
Well,
like,
I
is
knew
it
it was
this
wrong.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god, let's look at that, and it
Snarky
is.
asshole. I love
Yeah.
it though. I love it though. Just because he's so good.
I love Scrubs.
Scrubs is good.
is
That
great.
was funny.
Doesn't that have a bunch
Yeah.
of theories? Scrubs?
Scrubs got bad, man. Do you remember that final season? No one remembers that final season.
I don't.
No.
What, they had a whole new cast and just like they were teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
was
yeah.
terrible.
I remember it.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was
It
terrible.
was awful.
I thought there was like a ton of Scrubs theories. Where like the janitor wasn't real.
Oh, the janitor was
something
like, the janitor wasn't real, or like he was like some sort of.
JD is actually the janitor.
He's actually a janitor.
There you go.
There you go.
Interesting.
Elaborate.
We all know that JD is constantly daydreaming. He helps out with doctors as much as he can because he wanted to be a doctor and failed out of med school. Also, we never truly learned the name of the janitor, and that's because he is actually a Fight Club version of himself. That's why in the episode My Identity Crisis, when the janitor says he would do his job for a day, JD responds by asking does he even know how it is, because JD is always daydreaming of life as a doctor. God, I feel like that was such a run-on, fucked up sentence.
It was.
He still has all of the same friends. Tark went to med school with him, and Ellie doesn't love his life, but sees him as a janitor. He dreams of dating her and even tricked her into a date. I know a lot of people hate the "it never happened" theories, but this goes beyond a lot of that. So he's actually the janitor.
I mean, that makes more sense.
I believe it because he was,
Yeah.
not qualified ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes more sense than like.
A lot of these cartoon ones, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to be complete.
My
yeah.
favorite theory, and I know no one in here likes Breaking Bad or whatever, but
What's wrong with Breaking Bad?
you like Breaking Bad?
What?
I just never watched
I
it.
never finished it, but yeah, it was a good show.
So good. But my favorite theory, it puts Malcolm in the middle and Breaking Bad together. Walt's in what was that?
Witness protection.
Witness
Witness
protection,
protection.
and he's the dad, Malcolm in the middle. That's basically it.
That'd be awesome, though.
That'd be awesome. I wish they would have made a crossover.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they ended it might point otherwise,
well,
but
then-
maybe not.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
You know, the whole like getting shot thing.
Well, he got shot, but like they panned up. But I mean, he could still be alive.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking
I mean, he
shit.
didn't get shot in the head. He got shot in the stomach.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you could probably live.
Yeah. Because then they did the movie or whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't in it though.
Yeah.
What, El Camino?
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
heard
get
it
to
wasn't
wa-
that good.
I didn't get to watch it yet, but he's not in it. I know that.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was not good. A lot of
I
people-
hear some people said it was good and some people hated it. So
That's
I don't
just
know.
one-
Yeah, it's really
that's-
no in between.
Well, I mean, that's one of those things. It's like where there's so many shows out there that people try to compare like tit for tat. That like
Yeah.
it's what they want out of it, and then when they don't get what they want out of it.
Whenever you bring back anything that's ended for 10 plus years. You
Yeah.
know? It's like when they brought back Rocko's Modern Life for that one episode.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah, but that was like
there was points where I was like loving it. There was points where I hated it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to expect. You know.
yeah.
Invader Zim did it better.
Vader Zim
Absolutely.
did it so much
At least
better.
in my viewpoint,
Yeah.
they did it better.
Because they didn't stray from what they were. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Where Rocko's Modern Life, it started off kind of like how they were, and then they've kind of pushed an agenda a little bit.
They tried
And
to be too modern.
I don't want that out of my cartoon.
But the thing is, Rocko's Modern Life was always like that. It's just a different time now.
Yeah. But like when it's been so force fed down your throat by this point,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I would have liked a little more like witty comedy from Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the stupid comedy parts of
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish it was more about Rocco than
And less about everything else.
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I still appreciated it. You know what I mean? I still liked it.
I
but
still
like
think it was good.
towards the end, it felt more emotional
Yeah.
than I was gonna laugh my balls off. You know what I mean?
Left my testicles right off of my legs.
Yeah. because all the way up to the end, it was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? And then it just got real serious, and I was like, oh.
It also could have been because they knew it would never happen again. You know.
I think Invader Zim has a good chance of fucking it happening again.
Netflix and Nickelodeon now have this deal. They might really have it again.
Because that shit was just all out amazing. I just like how like the whole time his dad just fucking acted like it just never happened.
I'm proud of you, son.
Yeah. Who wants pudding? Like
amazing. Shit was amazing.
You haven't seen it?
Wait, what the hell?
We watched it together.
The Invader Zim.
Oh, no, dude, I watched it.
Oh well, then why'd you like?
Because I came into the conversation at a weird time, and all I heard was you say.
We're doing a podcast. How are you not listening?
Yeah.
What are you doing on your phone?
Yeah, man.
What are you looking up? More for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah. So watch the tone there, buddy.
Tone the bone.
Yes.
This one's a little out there, but it says Doug grew up to be J Day. Doug from Doug.
What?
Yeah.
Grew up to be do what?
Are they the same voice? Is it the voice actor?
Nope. It's just like it is the most just widely okay, I found like 5 reasons why it could work. It's just like they both daydream. They both fear failure and keep a diary. They both like ruin their own love life. I'm like, what? Like, who has?
Those are just similarities.
Yeah. Maybe Scrubs is they just copied their character JD off of Doug.
You know my thing. You know what I got? This is just completely off the wall, but I just thought of it. You ever think about Hercules, like the movie? Why didn't they make Zeus just like rape his mom like he did in the actual mythology of it?
I don't know.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. I can't imagine why.
Because it was a kids' movie?
Because like his mom was not whatever her face name. I can't think of Greek mythology right now. Hera.
No.
His mom was not Hera.
Yeah.
At all. It was his mom. Because he's a demigod. He's not a full god.
Yeah.
Why wasn't there a scene where Zeus like looked like the old man dad
the horrible fucking the Zeus the Titan that he was.
Yeah.
The evil fucking man. I don't know. Probably because it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
Well, you know they did.
Possibly.
That might. I'll be honest. I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons.
Yeah. Well, they did a fucking. It's funny that you say that though, because like I watched a thing on it was like you know like how when we were growing up like mech shows were like the fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you had like Gundam, Zoids, like all that shit, and like the last 10 years there really hasn't been like a big mech show.
No.
You know what I mean? And like I watched a guy talking about going over like the last decade of like mech shows. And like one, it was like, I don't know why they tend to do it a lot in fucking anime, where it was like, all right, let's add an awkward rape scene. And then it was like, people were like, what the fuck? Like, why is this even here? And then they're like, you know what? Let's double down on that. Let's redo the series, but with more rape. And it's just like, why? Like, so no one wants, like, no. How about no?
Do people want a Gundam rape scene? Is that what you're saying?
No, it wasn't Gundam.
Is that why there's no mech shows? Because you can't do a realistic robotic rape scene?
No, it wasn't robots. It was fucking, it was like I don't know what fucking mech show it was, but it was like, it was just one of those scenes that just has nothing to do with like them fighting robots.
That just reminds me of a great kids movie.
What?
Robots.
Robots was good.
Yeah, that shit was good.
Yeah, what if Robots set in the Ratchet and Clank universe? Because that's totally possible.
That's plausible.
That's plausible.
That's downright.
Well, we can make up our own theory right now. You know, it could be.
All right.
Bless you.
Let's do quick off the dome theories. Okay. Boo, come up with a theory real quick.
Got nothing.
You got nothing.
All right, I got one.
All right.
Robots, Ratchet and Clank, and fucking Crash Bandicoot are all in the same universe.
Why Crash Bandicoot?
Because he's one of them fucking weird wombat fucking thing. He just happens to live out in the fucking aisles.
Because
he fights Dr. What's his name?
Dr. Brainiac or whatever.
No, Dr.
Melon.
I don't know.
Oh
Dr. Nefarious.
Is it Dr. Nefarious? Now I gotta look that up because I don't want to be an asshole and say it's the fucking wrong thing.
I got one.
Shoot.
Zap Brannigan's a genius in Futurama.
Alright, go ahead.
He's a genius. The first time you ever meet Zap Brannigan, he talks about the killbots and how he had to send millions upon millions of people into their deaths, and he got honored for it.
Yeah.
But like he wasn't cool with it, so
Yeah.
now he's like he has the title, but he's like a big asshole on purpose.
Yeah.
Because it's like his way of getting back at the government.
There you go.
I've thought about that one for a while.
Dr. Neocortex was his name.
Oh, Cortex.
Yeah, but I don't know, because you think about it, like, think about how, like, when he creates, like, the other soldiers and shit like that, the fucking, like like, he had, like, the tiger and all, I can't remember, like, a lot of the villains' names, but, like, a lot of them had, like, mech fucking, like, space-age technology, you know what I mean, that fought Crash.
I would say that
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot and Sly Cooper are in the same universe.
Well, he could be there, too, you know what I mean, like, because,
Fuck
like,
it, bring them all. More
No,
than better.
No,
I
I'm
guess
saying-
all those like early PlayStation games could
Yeah.
technically be in the same universe
Yeah,
because they
I
do
mean-
have similar themes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like, it all has to do with, like, technology and shit like that. They're all talking
And
animals.
I don't know how we're not bringing the most obvious one together. Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Dexter
Yeah.
are
That too.
definitely in the same universe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's I feel like it's confirmed almost
yeah.
because they're like the same game.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
saying,
They're
like,
like the
pretty much
same
are.
thing.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine, like, you know, like they're totally in the same universe, but Jak and Dexter is like it almost they all almost follow the same pattern too, where like there's an evil fucking like villain that found some super power source. You know what I mean? And just like, I'm gonna fucking take this shit, and then the hero is like, nah, fuck that, babe. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's
But,
like so many video games.
Yeah.
no, but I'm saying like specifically
Now,
like because
here's the question.
they're weird. They're like I'm saying they're weird creatures. You know what I mean? Like they're not like humans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like Jak and Dexter, it was the Echo.
No.
I can't remember what it was in Ratchet and Clank, but like the Crash Bandicoot was all them the minerals and resources and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like at one point they like Crash went through time.
Here's the real question.
You know what I mean?
How do we get Knack involved?
Knack. Knack.
I don't know.
Hold on, someone
Knack.
else is here.
Yeah. Knack is an experiment gone wrong.
Knack 2!
Knack 2.
Oh my god.
Knack could just be an experiment gone wrong.
That's
There was one I saw that said Sonic is an escaped government project.
I mean, Sonic
Oh
would
my
fit
God.
perfectly too.
Yeah.
Well, all those old
What's up with you?
games,
What's going on with you over there?
Yes.
all those old games have the same formula where it's like you play as this animal hybrid character that was created by X bad guy scientist, and now
Yeah.
you're going up against the X bad guy
Yeah.
scientist.
Yeah, because that's what happened to Crash.
Yeah, that's
Crash
what happened to
was-
all of them.
Crash was a failed experiment.
Yeah, he was. He was
Yeah.
supposed to be the ender of worlds or some shit.
Yeah, he's like super fucking. Like people don't understand how strong Crash is, and he just can't talk. Yeah,
His sister can though.
yeah, which is weird,
That
right?
is weird. Isn't it?
Maybe the fucking experiment like fried his brain.
I think so. I think it's something like that.
Yeah, where like like it made him fucking like
Made him
insane.
That's the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it could all exist in the same universe.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I'm
You know,
not
I don't.
agreeing
I
with
wouldn't want to cross a crossover of like Crash and like, but I mean like Jak and Dexter and fucking Ratchet and Clank crossover. That would be awesome.
you. Yeah, like a 4-player co-op game.
Because their universe would fit better than.
Oh, they fit 100%. I mean,
because Crash is just
they go to different planets and,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That could just be another planet. in the
Crash
same
is just
universe.
way stronger than both of them.
Yeah.
Like Crash is just like just fucking spin and just kill them both. I would love to see. You know, it'd be funny though to see Banjo-Kazooie and Crash Bandicoot crossover.
Like original Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah,
Not nuts and bolts, right?
no, nuts and bolts doesn't count. Nuts and bolts doesn't count.
I know.
But that'd be fucking funny. I mean, if you think like Conkers could be in the same universe as Ratchet and Clank and all that.
100%. All the, well, we already went over this. All of them could be in the same thing.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
I'm
the
sa-
same story, just with different coats of paint.
Yeah,
Nah.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Well, Sly Cooper's different. Sly Cooper, he was just a thief.
Yeah.
He was just stealing. He was just stealing
Yeah,
shit.
he was the thieviest wreck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Conker-
he had a legacy to keep
Yeah.
up with.
Conker was just trying to get
and, like,
home.
the clockwork shit.
Oh, I got another one. Sly Cooper is the same universe. It's just it's like a multiverse of with Uncharted. And
Nathan
Sly
Drake.
Cooper is Nathan Drake
That'd be kind of awesome.
because they're like the same character.
Yeah, they kind of are.
They kind of
Snarky thieves.
Yeah. Uncharted is so good.
Oh yeah, I just replayed 4. It's amazing.
So fucking good.
This is amazing. But like Nathan Drake is not a good guy. He kills like thousands of people in every game.
Yeah.
He kills like thousands of people. And then like there's like cutscenes where it's like, no, don't kill him, don't kill him. But like, dude, you just killed 1,000 of their goons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all have families too, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Just because they're not named characters.
Yeah. So, honey, I gotta go defend this island from this guy Nathan. He's a fucking psychopath. You know. I'll be back in time for Christmas. Yeah. The fucking train comes fucking falling off.
Oh, yeah, like he shoots him while he's like fighting for his life. You know,
Yeah.
like.
But does that make it any better than Lara Croft?
No, I think Nathan Drake's. Now, this is going to sound sexist, I guess, but I think Nathan Drake is a stronger character than Lara Croft. Well, more well-rounded, more story there. He's not just like some.
Well, not the
attractive person stealing shit.
not the new.
I'm talking
Lara
about the
Croft.
old games.
The old Lara Croft, yeah, 100%. The old Lara Croft was just
I only played the one game of the new one. It was pretty good though.
the new ones. The new ones are fucking like she does. She has a lot of character.
Does she have more character development?
Yeah,
That's good.
she's awesome
That's
in the
good.
newer ones.
Because she's such an iconic character for
And
like, not having anything for so long.
They really do some awesome stuff with like the spiritual shit from like the ancient artifacts and all that stuff. Like they do some really fucking cool shit. And she does like you really see her like develop as a fucking character, like where like she becomes like the believable badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas in like the old ones, it was just established that like she could do the backflip and the slow mo and like you know what I mean? Like they actually make it really fucking believable. It's almost like it almost gives you like a Last of Us feeling with like the crafting
it gave me a Dead Space feeling too with the deaths.
Yeah.
Because they're very visually graphic.
yeah.
Like to your own character. And not a lot of games I feel like do that more so.
Yeah.
Like Dead Space did like certain like 15 different ways you die by everything that
Yeah.
kills you. Yeah.
I mean, Lara Croft and Nathan Drake could be the same universe.
Oh, they definitely could. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is Nathan Drake's more like an action Michael Bay version of what Lara Croft is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
See,
I think they'd have some super kids though.
there would be. There would be. They'd be like the fucking top advent, or what?
You know
Would
what
it
they
be the
need to make?
opposite? Would he just be like sit at home and smoke weed all day, play video games,
That'd be
Could
awesome.
be.
and be like, "Yeah, Dad, fuck you, Mom.
Fuck
I
you."
ain't going out to get nothing."
I just got treasure here. Look, I just leveled up too. Yeah. Oh my god. You know what they need to make?
What?
Max Payne 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max Payne's so good.
Yeah.
You're just talking about the slow-mo shooting side. Just
Yeah.
all Max Payne.
You know, like, what about Condemned?
Oh, I mean, they need to make
game
that
is
for you.
fucking
They need to make a
phenomenal.
Dead Space 4 and bring it back to horror. They really need to do what they're doing with Resident Evil with the Dead Space series.
Yeah.
Just reboot it.
Yeah.
Reboot it
Yeah.
back
I'm
to its
playing.
roots. I'd play the shit out of
Yeah.
them. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Dead Space 1 and 2 are like my favorite fucking games.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's a crazy theory. What if Medieval and Dark Souls is the same universe?
See, that's plausible though. That's plausible though.
Man's got the power of the sun.
That's plausible.
You know?
You never know.
Talking
God,
dragons.
we're spiraling out of control.
Spiraling out of control.
Spiraling out of control.
Well, next time on Lamecast.
We're gonna spiral in control till we spiral out,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like always.
just like every
Yeah,
time.
just check us out on YouTube,
Castbox.
Castbox. You know, we do Twitter and all that stuff, but we just never use
We
it.
never go on it, but maybe we'll go on it
Yeah,
one day.
one day, someday. I still don't understand how it works.
I don't understand what to do on Twitter.
Yeah, just
personally.
You just
Tweet.
tweet.
Just tweet at
You
people.
just think of shit.
But what do I do? Should I just tweet like random for the day? You ever think about when you're taking a shit and then you have to wipe and it takes
Yes.
15 times to wipe your
Yes.
ass? Like,
Yeah.
is that a
Yeah.
tweet? Is that worth people knowing?
Yep.